Hey guys, what is going on? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back with another video. And this one, when they announced that the demo was coming out, it wasn't really even announced. It was like, hey, the demo for Outlast 2's out. I was like, hell yeah, because you may know, or you may not, but if you listen to TXR podcast, I love Outlast 1. A lot. I consider it one of the best, not only indie games on the Xbox One, but also just a really good game. And it's probably the best horror game I've ever played. I don't really get scared very much, but I know people that do. That people get like freaked out when they play this game. So when this Outlast 2 came out, the demo, I'm like, I'm gonna play this. I did get an opportunity to try it out at E3, but playing the games in the convention floor really wasn't that great. So like I picked up the controller for Outlast 2 and I was like, you know what, I'd rather play this in my own house. Like, I'm gonna get the game when it comes out. So yeah, this is me playing the Outlast 2 demo. I am so psyched for this game. I was very disappointed when it got delayed till next year. This would have been a day one buy for me. And this is gonna be what I thought of the demo. Number one, it follows pretty much in the same footsteps as the first game. If you played Outlast 1, the mechanics are pretty much the same in this one. It doesn't seem, though, like it's a direct sequel. Seems like it's just another story, which is interesting. Although I kind of liked the story in the first one, I would like to have seen where they went with it. I'm cool with them, essentially trying out a new story with new characters and a new location. And this location, oh boy, like I thought the mental asylum in Outlast 2 was crazy. This one's got like Children of the Corn vibes going on and stuff, like hiding in cornfields. So if you guys don't know what Outlast is about, you don't have any weapons. You just gotta survive, and people will try to kill you, and you gotta run. All you have is your camcorder. So you see me bring it up. And this game is very dark, so you can bring up the camcorder to look at stuff, because you're like a journalist. You were a journalist in the first one. It looks like you're some sort of journalist in this one. You bring up the camera, and what you do is, when the camera's up, you activate night vision, so you can see what's going on. Now, however, you can't just keep the night vision on, because the camera runs on batteries. The batteries constantly drain. So you have to use the night vision sparingly. There are batteries scattered around the levels where you always seem, especially on like the normal difficulties, that you have enough batteries with you to have night vision on. Not all the time, but enough, like if you really need it. Like, as you can see, the icon is like, okay, I need to reload my battery so I can see, because it's really dark, and turning up the brightness in this game really doesn't help at all, because I actually tried that in Outlast 1. So you can see I pick up the battery there. Now I think you can hold 8. Yeah, so this game, the demo is short. It's about a 15-minute demo, and it gives you all the type of stuff you need to convince you that this game's going to be just as good as the first one, and that maybe I should pick it up. And I was sold. Like, this demo is great. I recommend anybody go out there and pick it up. Just the feeling of dread in this game. It's so dark. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where you are. You can hear things in the background, right? You can hear people talking, and look, there's somebody looking at me, but he's slowly backing away. Those eyes in the distance, that stuff is creepy as shit. And there are some scenes in these games that are, for mature audiences, essentially. This game's pretty hardcore, with the imagery and with the stuff they do. Look at this. There's some dude just chilling, like, backing up. He's got, like, a knife in his hand. Like, if, that was me. If I was this person, I'd be like, just kill me now. Just kill me now. I don't want to know what's coming up next. Man, like, I am so pumped to play Outlast 2 when it finally comes out. Red Barrels, who's the developer of the game, did a fantastic job in the first one. And I can't wait to see how they improve upon it on with the second one. And let's talk about Outlast 1 for a minute here. Yeah, let's. Now, Outlast 1 is a fantastic game. I think anybody watching this, if you haven't played it, if you like these type of games, you should definitely go check it out. It's definitely worth your time and money. It's got some DLC, which I think is one of the rare instances where the DLC is absolutely worth the money, and in some cases even better than the main game itself. Some people, they consider this to be a walking simulator, and I don't agree with them. This is a horror game where you're trying to survive just because you don't have a weapon and can't find back. I think that's what makes this game. The idea that you're in this weird place, right? And there are things after you, and you cannot defend yourself at all. Like, you can't use weapons. I mean, just look at that imagery. It's like a cross, but of just bodies strewn in there. That stuff just makes my skin crawl. But the idea of, like, you're in this dangerous place with psychotic people and they're all trying to kill you, and in most games, and 99% of games out there, you can defend yourself either with a melee weapon or a gun. But in this game, you can't do that, right? Like, your only option is to hide and run, essentially. Ooh, what is that, a giant tongue? What is this? This game does have supernatural elements. There was kind of some supernatural stuff to the first one, and definitely it seems like has some supernatural elements to this one as well. Yeah, so the idea of, like, I'm being hunted and I have to hide and I have to pick my spots to run, because if I don't, then I'm going to die. That's pretty unique. I've never played a game like that before. Because most games, like I said, you get a gun, you kill the enemies, you get a weapon, melee, you beat them up. This one's just like, nope. These guys will overpower you. There's no use picking up a weapon. You just need to get the heck out of there. You need to just hide. And once you're done hiding, you need to run, and you need to get to the next area. Yes, the games are linear. There's only really one way to go. But that is what the game's about. It's about getting from point A to point B and staying alive, essentially. So in this demo, we were just in some kind of town really late at night. We got pulled into a well by some giant tongue, and now we're in a school. Like I said, these games are weird, but in a good kind of way, a kind of way that makes you interested in playing more, finding out what's going on, like what is happening in the story, like why am I in this school? Like, where is this school? Is this in my head? Is this in real life? Is this underneath the town? Like, why am I here? Like, what is going on? These type of things, like, I always wondered when I was playing, not necessarily Outlast 2, but Outlast 1, because Outlast 1, you're in a mental asylum that's kind of like shut down, but had more going on to it than just being a mental asylum. Yeah, but like I said, this is going to be one of my most anticipated games of next year, Outlast 2. Cannot wait. My, impressions are, like, download the demo if you guys are on the fence. Like, please, download the demo, check it out. And I think most of you will be pleasantly surprised with how good the game is. Yeah, so if you guys want to, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, all the good stuff, links are in the description. Do that live podcast on TXR every Monday night. I am the host. It's a great show. Hopefully you guys are also sub to that channel and come check us out every Monday night. And I'm just gonna leave you with the rest of this little demo. So I will see you guys tomorrow. We got another video planned. Got a video planned for pretty much the next couple days. So have a good one, guys, and I will see you later.